Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us and welcome to another edition of Toys R Us Talks Toys. So this is my podcast and this is me talking about things that have happened recently, things that I'm looking forward to, toys that I'm looking forward to, and of course things that have surprised me, and a whole host of other things. It just gives me a good opportunity to be able to reply, I suppose, in depth sometimes to some of the questions and comments that I get asked, which, speaking of which, will bring me to the very first topic of this particular podcast, as it is October the 1st today. This Saturday, of course, I will be going live. I always do the first weekend of each month as a live. I'm looking forward to, again, just chatting with you guys, chatting with the community. I do it at 10 p.m. UK time on Saturday nights, and everybody is, of course, more than welcome along to join in with the chat. As I say, sometimes now, because they're getting a bit busy, I don't get the opportunity to answer absolutely everything. So that's, again, sometimes why I do this. But otherwise, it's a great opportunity for you guys who are now all meeting each other as well, sometimes in person at the NEC, which I'll come to in a second, at tfukcon, which again I'll come to in a second, and other things that I like to sort of organise and try to sort out between everybody getting together and having a good time. So yes, live at 10 p.m. UK time this Saturday, I will be doing my, of course, live stream. And don't forget, just for channel members, this doesn't exclude anybody else. This is just as a little perk for channel members. You do have the opportunity to win a deluxe figure of your choice. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And I suppose this is going to segue into the next couple of things. So yeah, NEC was obviously over the weekend. That's just such an incredible event. I can't implore you guys enough, even if you're not 100% like really into Transformers, it's just so good. I mean, you probably are, because if you're listening to me or if you're on this channel, there's just so much there. And hopefully, as I say, that came across as well when I was doing the walk around, because there's so much there. And as I say, it covers all bases. It really does. And again, the best thing is you're meeting traders, you're meeting people just like myself, people who are just selling their collections, people who are just there for a good time, to be honest. I mean, like Pete, obviously, who's, you love it on here. He came along, and even though his table didn't have too much stuff, he just, again, enjoyed the social, which was fantastic. Thanks to everybody who came up and said hello. Extra thanks who came and brought something, because you were buying things. That obviously means, like I was discussing in the previous podcast, that basically recycling my collection, the money's gone straight in to get something else, because I've got my eye on a few things as well. But again, of course, I will reveal all on the channel, as I always do. So yeah, really good day, really good to see everybody, and hopefully, again, all the comments that people have been saying, that A, some people didn't even know about it, B, some people perhaps maybe a little bit thought it might be too much and overwhelmed again. But if I'm there, then you're more than welcome to just come and sit on my store behind me and just chill with us. It's no problem whatsoever. Talking of chilling, this is going to segue brilliantly into tfukcon. So I'm now quite involved with this, with Primetime Marth, with Luke Gardner, and indeed Sam's Formers from Instagram. And of course, that's probably because obviously they've been organising it. This now next year will be the 4th, and it is getting bigger and bigger each time. It's now going to be a Friday night and a full Saturday day's worth of entertainment and evening. And the guest list is fantastic, to be honest, guys. If you like your comics, if you like the UK comic scene, and you like, again, the YouTubers, it's just perfect. But not only that, a lot of people came and they said last time, and maybe they'd be kind enough to put in the comments just how sort of, is chilled the right word? I don't know. Maybe laid back. Just, I suppose, how informal it all is. As I say, there's panels going on if you want to see them. There's artists you can come and have a chat to. Simon Furman's got his own stall again, which is brilliant. So there's Bob Skier, there's James Roberts, there's Simon Furman, Lee Bradley, Chris McFeely, and as I say, myself, and a whole host of other people as well, who are going to just be mooching around, helping out. We haven't confirmed any of the actual stalls there, apart from Primetime Toys, just yet, but of course I will let you guys know in time. But yeah, it's more low-key than TF Nation, but the reason for that is because, as they're dubbing it, which we are dubbing it, the Community Transformers Convention. So it's exactly that. And again, please, the guys who came last year, please leave comments just telling people, how sort of relaxed it is, how nice that sort of ambience it is. And I'm not just saying that because that's what they're telling me. So I'm really looking forward to that. That is, of course, next year. It's the main date, of course, is the Saturday, the 17th of May. And it's going to start at 9:30 in the morning. It's at Cobden Hotel. And if you go to Primetime Toys Facebook page, there's all the details on there. So I don't want to harp on too much about that, but hopefully you can tell that I'm really sort of excited about that. I think it's going to be great. And it's just nice to see that grow. And again, it's exactly that. I went to the first one. I've done videos on each one. I've basically put a TFUK Con playlist on the channel as well, so you can sort of see I suppose just how it's grown from the first year to the third, and this one's going to be the fourth next year as well, which is going to be great. So yeah, they're on sale. They went on sale today, funnily enough, so really looking forward to that. Obviously looking forward to NYCC, which I'm not going to talk much more about because we've already talked about that in depth quite a lot already. The main big one then, and the reason why I'm really excited for it is because I'm going to be going, which is MCM in London at the end of this month. So that's the last weekend. I'm going to be down there again for the entire weekend. Again, just absorbing it, just taking it all in. The last one was just incredible. Last time I was there with Nick from In Demand Toys, and indeed, obviously, Hasbro as well. This time's looking, I can't give too much away at the moment, but this time's looking just as good, if not better, from what I've been told, because again, I've not been to one. The October one is always much bigger. Everybody seems to be telling me that, so I'm expecting an absolute bumper weekend. And as I say, I'm going to get there nice and early on the Friday. Looking forward to meeting loads of people again, looking forward to seeing exactly what's going on, and yeah, just to take in everything. As I say, the good thing about things like the Comic-Cons, like the toy fairs and stuff, because I enjoy and I appreciate pretty much all of the other little fandoms in these, in these communities, right all the way from, manga, anime, right the way. I appreciate cosplay. Some cosplay costumes are sensational. And of course, pretty much, you're going to laugh at this, but pretty much every single Hasbro faction. I love Star Wars. I say pretty much because you know which one I don't particularly like at all, but that's just my opinion. But I love Star Wars. I love Marvel. And all that sort of stuff, and of course Transformers. The other one, which I don't need to dwell on, people know which one it is that I'm not particularly fond of. But of course, the other good thing as well is by then I'll have seen Transformers 1, and I've harped on about this too much. I'm not going to mention it much more, but I really cannot wait to see that movie. I know that I already found out a load of things that perhaps I didn't want to, but the good thing is, I suppose, it's not really giving too much away. I hear, unfortunately, that it's not doing too well in the States. I'm kind of hoping that with the delayed release date of it being in the UK, that hopefully it can be smashed. Like the UK box office can smash it, because from all the positive things that everybody's saying, everybody, I mean, there's people who are commenting saying, it literally is the best Transformers movie since the 86, or some people are even saying it's better than that. I got a lovely message, one of the comments from Duke Nukem, I hope he doesn't mind me mentioning, one of my channel members, and comments on loads of things, and it rekindled him and his son's relationship on Transformers, because his son's 16 now, I think he put. Again, you can see the comment for yourself, that his son used to watch Transformers Prime, etc., and now they've been seeing the movie 3 times, and they've just both got this brilliant affection for Transformers again. So it's rekindled something that it sort of maybe thought it had died out, etc. So I'm hoping that can be sort of the case over here. My little lad was only 9 last week, and again, he all of a sudden off his own, all off his own back. I'll never force him to like Transformers if he doesn't want to. He's got the complete choice. I mean, again, he's 9, so he's into a bit of games, etc., playing football. But and I told people this as well, and I don't mind telling you guys either. He had a box of his stuff that he wanted me to sell for him at the NEC, and we sorted that box out about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and then we kept it in a room, and obviously I was planning and prepping ready for the NEC, but then by the time it actually came to do the selling, it dwindled quite a lot, because he'd taken so many of them back, which of course is brilliant, because if he's playing with them and he's not on computer games and he's not in front of a screen, and if he's genuinely just sitting there playing with exactly what these are, at the end of the day we all forget that we're adults and we have a moan about this and we have a moan about that. But at the end of the day, they're kids' toys, and that's where my love of the brand came from, and that's why I still try and look at everything I'm reviewing with 2 heads on. One is a huge collector, which I absolutely love, and that's, as I say, that's just my passion. And then I look at another, as a parent or as a kid, looking at things, thinking, exactly what it is. It's a toy. What's its function? Is it too hard to transform? Is it a pain in the bum? Does it look like what it's supposed to look like? All that sort of stuff. So as I say, it's really nice, and I think that's going to happen in the UK a lot. I'm hoping it is. I'm going to go see it with some friends first, because I'm probably going to go and watch it really late in the night showing to get one of the premieres. And then yes, I'll definitely take him, and I'll probably take my middle child as well, Darcy. I'm sure she'll enjoy it as well, because again, she copies her brother a bit, but she's always liked Daddy's Transformers. She says that herself, so she's always asking for more robots. So I'll take her along as well, and I can't wait to see their faces, and obviously it'll be their first experience of a Transformers movie on the big screen, because Rise of the Beast was too old for them. and probably a bit too scary, to be fair, in some parts. I did think about taking them because I think it was maybe a 12A or something, or I don't know if it's PG-13 or what it is in America, but it was definitely too much, 18 months ago, whatever it was, when I took them to watch that. So again, I cannot wait to watch that at the cinema. Right, moving on to things that I suppose that have surprised me, and things that I've got to be honest, hold my hands up. I've changed my mind on things like Super 7 figures and blockies hugely. I mentioned blockies last week. Every single one I open there now, somebody else said a comment and it just resonated so well. Somebody put in the comment, it's like this it's like a much more advanced Action Master, and it's exactly the same. And that's why I did the comparison with the two Optimuses. When on the last, it was Optimus Prime was my last blockies review I did on here, and I got the Action Master Optimus Prime up. And the difference, again, you can see in 30 years worth of, I'm going to say engineering, because of course it is, but the difference in 30 years between them two figures is just spectacular. And again, so much fun. Of course, Action Masters didn't transform. These don't transform. And this is what I've been saying loads and loads more with regards to, like I say, Super 7, YOLO Park, 3-0, etc. We seem to have, I don't want to use the word accept, because that sounds terrible. That sounds like, that's a strong word to accept. We seem to have now the choice, that's it, of so many different things that we can have. And non-transforming figures have been around, non-transforming Transformers have been around since 1991. So maybe even a bit before that. I might have got my year wrong. But either way, what I'm trying to say is that they're huge now. Everywhere you go, there's everything. And I've had the pleasure of doing the Super 7s recently as well. And Transformers UK Collector, I showed him, because he was a bit like me, but he hadn't seen them, he hadn't appreciated them and seen them in hand, just how good they are. And like I say in the reviews, like I'm telling you guys, if you're not too fussed, if you want to take some amazing photos, if you want to make an amazing display, if you want your favourite character to look the best he can, either in a toy form, because obviously Action Master Bombshell wasn't ever in the cartoon, neither was Bludgeon, but if you wanted the best toy representation of them particular figures, then it's Super 7, Super 7 Ultimates. Yeah, exactly that. It's just, they are so good, guys, honestly. Fully posable, fully articulate, an absolute abundance of accessories, right down to the fact that you can just literally recreate pretty much any scene that they were in the Sunbow cartoons. Optimus and Megatron have got so many accessories. Yeah, it's crazy. So they've really surprised me at how good they are. With regards to new actual transforming figures, I haven't actually had any at the moment recently, I don't think. I know that, funnily enough, I just got a shipping notice that the Bludgeon and Ruckus from Hasbro Pulse has just been shipped, which I'm really looking forward to that, because I love Bludgeon anyway, and I love the Beachcomber mold, and I think they've done a stellar job with that, so I can't wait to get hold of that. I'm not too sure, as I say. I think at the moment, and I'm saying this thankfully as well, because obviously everybody knows it's an expensive game collecting Transformers. They've always been expensive. And I think this year, in fact, that's what I was going to talk about. I'll mention that in a second. I think this year has been, I'd like to say, and I'm hoping with fingers crossed, an exception to the norm. I think because it's obviously the 40-year anniversary, there's so many things coming out. And, literally, I can't actually keep up with things. I've been incredibly lucky, don't get me wrong, that I've been sent some stuff. Because I can't afford to buy everything anyway, nor do I want to. I haven't got the space. But yeah, this year really has been an exception to the norm of just the craziness, the amount of figures, the amount of stuff that's coming out, etc. Just can't keep up with it. It's a good but a bad thing at the same time. And that's brought me on, I think, to, I've not written down this on my notes, but it's just reminded me that I'm gutted. I missed for those of you who want the Transformers Generation 1 collector's cards, you can't just go and buy them. You've got to do a Kickstarter plan. And I was gutted because I didn't back the project within the first 48 hours because I haven't got the money. So I didn't want to back the project without having to pay. But the good thing is, again, a bit like Hasbro Pulse, and a bit like, you don't have to pay straight away. So guys, have a look at the Kickstarter project for the collector cards. The ones that I've featured on this channel loads, the ones that I've mentioned loads. It looks like they're only going to be available via this Kickstarter thing where you can buy the boxes up front, buy the packs up front, buy the binders up front. I say up front, but again, I need to correct myself. You don't pay until the whole project is funded. So I have backed a binder and some cards. I've also had to resign myself to the fact that I'm never going to be able to collect the entire set because that's just the way that they're doing things. It's a little bit annoying, but yeah, it's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to get them. So I need to remember to tell you guys in another video, for those of you who don't watch this, the Transformers Generation 1 collector's card packs are available on Kickstarter as I am speaking. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. Another thing that I'm really looking forward to is something, again, that's just completely come out of nowhere. I know nothing of this particular character. I just know that the actual toy looks incredible, and that's that liolaeous Prime, which is, of course, the Monster Hunters crossover. That alternate mode is sensational. I pre-ordered that straight away. For those of you guys who live in the UK, I think In Demand is the only place I know that has put that up for pre-orders. I could be wrong. Hasbro Pulse haven't. It's not on anything else that I've seen. It's just In Demand store. So if you want to get yours, then you need to obviously get the pre-order put in there. They're so good. They are so good. I mean, if you're obviously the last couple of weeks, of course, I've had some Transforming figures. I've had the Missing Link Sentinel from them. I've had the Superstar Scream that's car exclusive from them. Again, it's all these sort of exclusives now that are appearing from Japan, and I know they're just redecos, guys, but they're just great. And so yes, I can't wait for that, because obviously they've got some colour prototypes. I think they're saying that's going to be out quite soon. And I need to obviously get hold of the Godzilla. I'm just thinking, have I done the pre-order for that? I don't think the pre-order for that's available yet, but as always, there is so many things to look forward to. I strongly think as well, because PulseCon was in July, wasn't it? So I'm thinking that already, or was it? No, it was August, wasn't it? That we'll perhaps get a new load, a new wave of figures, or at least previewed at MCM. Because obviously there's a lot of talk. They even talked about it at PulseCon, this Age of Primes, I think it was called. And of course, now we know that all the 13 Primes are in Transformers 1. And they even asked us a question, who's our favourite of the Primes? And it was, of course, I think, was it Megatronus that won it? So yeah, so I think we're going to get to see a lot of stuff from there. And it's, again, just really intriguing. This time at the moment, as I say, to be a Transformers fan's just mental. I'm thinking as well, maybe, guys, we might get to see, much to the probably annoyance of a lot of people, but I'm hoping that people have got over it now, and I'm not going to dwell on it again either as soon as I say it. I think we probably will see the Studio Series 86 Megatron toy, and the reason I think that is because, if I'm, again, correct me if I'm wrong, JT Prime put it up that that's being released in January, so I would imagine that, of course, they know exactly what it's going to look like, and it's probably in mid-production as we speak. I'm sure it's Galvatron and Megatron they've got scheduled for January releases next year, so looking forward to seeing them. I'm not going to talk about Devastator anymore. We're all very, very excited for Devastator, and we're also very excited to see if who and how many of the Hasbro designers come over as well to MCM, because they normally do, as I say, there's normally quite a few people from there which come over. Again, it just solidifies what I was saying earlier, that it is a big event and that there's lots of people there. So I'll do as much filming and taking as much footage as I can whilst I'm there for those people who can't attend. Again, doing shorts, doing that. And as always, guys, I'm always open to suggestions. Obviously, I did as many of them Studio Series 86 Primes as I could. I couldn't do any more than that, unfortunately, because that was just it. I've handed it back. Although, funnily enough, Comics and Cocktails have sent me that's another one that they've said is pending, so that's due for imminent release as well. So that's another UK retailer that I've managed. That's the one I had to find mine from, because it sold out on Pulse, it had sold out on In Demand, it had sold out everywhere. So, but again, just to reiterate what the designers were saying, because somebody else has mentioned that there's going to be more than enough. I think they realise that. I think that's why they perhaps got the images out so fast, that everybody's got the opportunity now to just sort of, like, you know, not have to pay scalper's price, to not have to panic too much. And again, just to reiterate to you guys, they did say that categorically. If you don't believe me, it is on a video on this channel where he does say that there will be more than enough of them out for Christmas time. So that pretty much, as I say, rounds this up. I like doing these in about 20-minute bursts. As I say, it seems to be about the right amount of time. There is a plan to get guests on here. There is a plan for me to actually go and buy an Apple Mac so I can do some more streaming with some more content creators and all that sort of stuff. That's hopefully going to be coming in the next few months. Just so much going on at the moment. I feel really blessed and privileged to be able to do things like I've been doing, like just anything to do with this channel and the feedback, and I suppose just the encouragement I get from the comments that people say things on here. So again, I know all YouTubers say it, guys, but I mean it. I really enjoy doing this, and as I said, like, I'm sitting in a changing room in a gym at work, because I want to do this, because I like getting my points across and I like chatting to you. So I'm really pleased, really blessed that you guys listen to me and indeed enjoy the content I put out on here. So thank you ever so much. You will hear a lot more from me by the end of the week, but I hope to see as many of you as possible in the chat on Saturday night. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.